Hi there, this is Max Doolin, the founder of the Spokane Cyber Cup, and today we're going to talk about the Mean What You Sign challenge. So, if you look at the challenge file, which is where we should always start, the first thing we should always think about is the title. I usually give pretty nice titles. Mean what you sign and sign what you mean. It sounds weird, but we'll get to why that's really important. But with signing, we can start to think maybe this is a cryptography signature based challenge. And all it tells us is the main goal of the system is to become the admin user. Good luck. The way that we interact with this is with a tool called Netcat. Netcat is the Swiss Army knife of networking tools. So with the web, we mostly speak HTTP, but there are a lot of other protocols to interact with. And Netcat allows us to interact with whatever we feel like. In this challenge, we have an interface that is set up for this. And this interface is just standard out. So if we do NC 127, which it won't be that during the contest, and 1000, we get our challenge here. So we can see that we have 6 options. The first one is log in. And we can't log in as admin. It tells us nice try. And if we try log in as user A, the user doesn't exist. So we should probably try to create a user. And I'll just create Max. Now if I click login with Max, it works. Well, we need some random data to log in. So for this random data, it's kind of like a nonce, a session cookie kind of thing. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. If I do 3, it will identify me. Here's my name. So I'm logged in. And then we can view our current session data right here. And we can load our old session. Do admin, or if you do Max, and this right here. Oh, that was wrong. That's okay. I need to load old session, Max, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the random data, and then the old signature, and that works. And if you provide that incorrectly, it won't work. So right off the gate, there's nothing that's super obvious that's an issue. So we'll take a look at the code. And this is all in this one Python file, mean what you sign. So if you look here, RSA is a really common asymmetric cryptographic algorithm that's used for signatures. So we're going to use that here. You see it generates a random key. It's going to sign our data. We have some global storage up here. We have an interactive prompt, and we have handling for that. Okay, so we have create user, take an old signature, and then we actually have our loop. Okay. So there's quite a bit of different functionality here. And if you were trying to solve this as a user, you'd want to play around with this. You'd want to read how stuff goes. Where my spidey senses start to tingle, though, is with the load old session one. That's kind of weird to me. Anytime you can load in your old session, it freaks me out a little bit. So what can we do with this? We can't log in as the admin user. We can't create something with the admin user. And if we look for the string admin, we'll see it within login. We'll see it within create user. But it tries to print the flag if we are admin. So how could we become admin? And if we use our spidey senses and we go to something like session, when it takes in our old username, old random value, and old signature, there's no check for admin here. So at first, this seems impossible. Like, how could we possibly load in our old session data if we can't be, or if we load our old session data and it's cryptographically signed, meaning we can't modify it, then what could we do to get us to a point that we can log in as that user? And this is where the title of it comes in. When I say mean what you sign and sign what you mean, it means that you need to be very careful how you interpret data and what you're actually signing. In this case, we have 2 things that we're putting in, the username and the value. It then will take the username and the value and cryptographically sign it. And if we go to sign, right here, it will, when it just signs it, it just adds the two strings together. And this is where, again, the title comes in. Mean what you sign or sign what you mean. So in this case, there's no difference between max plus 1, 2, 3, 4 and max 1 plus 2, 3, 4. Like that. Those are exactly the same string when they get cryptographically signed. So what we can do here is we can trick the program to take in a username and a nonce that we both control and make it be something it should not be. Might be a little confusing, but this is what it looks like in practice. I'm going to create a user. Remember, if I try to create admin, it won't work, but I can create admin1. Now, I'm going to log in, and I'm going to use admin1 as my user, and then for the random data, I'm going to do 2, 3, 4. So if we look at if we identify ourselves, we're admin1, and if we look at our old session data, this is where we're at. Now, if I take this old session data, which is just the base64 encoded signature, and I load it in, I can do admin now because the nonce will be something different. Instead of 2, 3, 4, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. And admin1 plus 2, 3, 4 is exactly the same as admin 1, 2, 3, 4. So we pass that in, we pass in our old signature, and boom, we logged in as the admin user, so it gives us a flag. The real key here is understanding that there's no separator between the strings. And I've actually found this recently on several projects that had pretty catastrophic consequences. So this is a real-world bug that we do find sometimes. Just because you use cryptography doesn't mean you're secure. You definitely still need to know how to use it. Thanks for watching.